Okay, welcome
Hello.
to the Rock Goddesses, a channel for helping people understand how great women are. Can you please introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about what you do?
Sure. My name is Clarissa Bettini, and I sing in Vicious Blade and Castrator.
Nice. Yeah. And are you also still active in Tartarus?
No, so Tartarus like fell apart, and that's kind of how Vicious Blade started.
Hmm.
Or like not how Vicious Blade started, but how I got started in Vicious Blade because our last show we did like a benefit show, and my now guitarist Eric in Vicious Blade, he was playing that benefit show with his other band. And yeah, he just approached me at the bar and was like, hey, I heard that Tartarus is kind of like on a hiatus right now. Would you be interested in doing this like sacrilege worship type of band? And I was like, hell yeah, I love sacrilege, totally down to do that. So that's how I became involved in Vicious Blade. And but yeah, Tartarus no longer, but it was good times, but no longer. It's all in the past now.
Yeah.
Vicious
And also the
Blade.
past, you also had Dreadeth in the past.
Yeah, that was the first band I was ever in.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, some of the local dudes in Pittsburgh asked if I wanted to sing, and I did an EP with them when I was like 19.
Nice.
Like some long time ago.
And then while we're going backwards in time, Bethlehem, you sang on Seeking the Soothsayer and Shadow Remnants of the Guardian Shield.
Yeah. Yeah, they asked if I wanted to do like guest vocals, and I was like, sure, why not? Again, I was like super young, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm down.
Nice. So I guess then you must have been very present in the Pittsburgh death metal and crust scene from your teenage years.
Yes, very much so. I was always in the metal scene, and the metal scene was very small, but also like there was not a lot of women in the metal scene. So you had like, just like a bunch of like older dudes who would just like bully all the chicks, and it was like super lame. And I'm like, man, fuck
Yeah.
this. So I started going to more punk shows, and I felt more comfortable and more welcome
Oh,
at punk shows, and started getting involved in that scene, like the crust crossover scene as well. And yeah, even Tartarus, we tried really hard to play like crossover type of shows. But yeah, that's like, yeah, I was always involved in the metal scene, and then I just was like, man, I felt more comfortable in the punk scene, and there was always more women, and I always felt more accepted in that scene. So I actually had this discussion with my two friends the other night, and same type of deal with them and
yeah.
their, so I'm glad that I'm not alone.
You're definitely not alone. It always is like a delicate thing to discuss when we want to focus on the greatness of women on this channel, but like we can't ignore this humongous problem.
Yeah, this like huge problem of like these like lame people that are very close-minded and very sexist, that don't want to see women succeed or like have an issue with women even being in the scene. Yes, that is an issue. I think it has gotten a lot better throughout the years. I do think so.
I have gone like my scope is just so woman oriented now that
Yeah.
it's like I don't know what's going on in metal if a woman's not in the band. I kind of do, like I still do. I'm
Right.
still at the
Well,
fest where they're like mixed and stuff, but
yeah.
I just kind of got fed up with it, and I was like, I just I'm just gonna change my reality and just like metal is made by women exclusively now.
Yeah, I know. You're like, no, I'm gonna force this reality. It's only women.
Yeah, I'm just
I love
done.
that.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you okay, you guys can go play with each other.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, totally. Go have fun. Yeah, no,
Uh,
I have noticed, at least from touring recently and like seeing the crowds and playing shows, that there's a lot of youth. And with the youth, there's more open-mindedness and more diversity, and I love that. So I think that it is getting better with younger people coming into the scene and attending shows. It's kind of helping to break up that clickiness and narrow-mindedness within scenes. So I think it's a really positive thing that's happening.
Totally. Like Musical Rock last year had actually like quite a handful of female fronted bands or bands with women in them.
Yes.
With like Cobra Spell, Wukon. Was that last year? I don't know. I went 2 years in a row and now it's all like jumbled in my brain.
Gone to
But
Musical Rock?
what?
You went to Musical Rock?
Yeah, again,
Oh, nice.
last year and the year before. Yeah, I spend a lot of time in Sweden, so
Oh, love Sweden.
uh that so Musical Rock, pretty good balance. And then I just did Legions of Metal in Chicago and
Okay,
really good balance. It was like a 50-50 split. So
nice.
yeah,
Love that.
bravo, Legions of Metal. Uh,
Yeah, and
but
musical.
but let's talk about you because people watching this want to know. Tell
Okay.
us when you first realized like that special moment when rock and metal like clicked for you and you were like, I want to make music like this.
Um, Man, well, I would say like I noticed I liked rock whenever I was really young and like sitting in my dad's pickup truck and like Blue Oyster Cult was playing on the radio and or Rolling Stones and I'm like, man, I really like this. Um, but I realized that I wanted to sing in an extreme metal band the first time I watched an Arch Enemy video with Angela Gossow singing the video for Nemesis. And I was like, that's it. That's what I
Oh,
want to do. It was like, it totally like resonated with, I don't know, it just spoke to who I was. And I'm like, I really want to do that. So, yes.
nice.
Mhm.
Um, and that's actually great. She is super stylish too. I appreciate that.
So stylish.
Yeah.
Ugh, just such a badass. I could gush about Angela all day because she was a really good, just like really like strong woman to look up to whenever I was a teenager and huge inspiration for me. So,
Aw.
uh-huh.
She's probably watching.
I
Uh,
hope.
um, if your music were a movie soundtrack, what would the movie be about? And you have been in a couple projects, so tell us which project too.
Right. So Vicious Blade would hands down be a soundtrack to like a Kill Bill, Lady Snowblood, uh, retribution, revenge, type of movie. And the song Banshee's Blade, the lyrics to that song, I actually like had that vision in mind when I was writing the lyrics of this like character Banshee who's like this vigilante killer riding around on the motorcycle hunting down, the people on her hit list. So it definitely would Vicious Blade's music would be a soundtrack to those type of movies. For Castrator, I would just say any type of like horror movie really, because it's death metal and especially like a horror movie about serial killers or like monster.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the movie about
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Eileen, whatever her last name.
Eileen Werebo
I know,
can't
I know the reference. And yes, as soon as you said serial killer movie, that was who I thought of, like
Yeah.
for your music. So a
We
pro.
Yeah, we have a song about that movie, about her. It's called Purge the Rotten Ones. So
Mhm.
usually when we play that song live, we have like an audio clip of like her talking before the song. So yeah, it would be a good soundtrack to that movie for sure.
I recently watched a 70s rendition of oh man, I'm gonna have a brain fart on this. She's she was another female well, not a serial killer. She committed patricide. Um darn, what's her name? Maybe it'll come to me later. Anyway, just another cool one. Banshee's Blade is my fave song, so I'm glad that we got a little scoop on that one.
For sure.
And do you want to create like a visual for the other two bands? Or you want to keep going?
Um, which other two bands?
Your previous bands, the past two.
Oh,
Uh,
no.
no. Okay. Moving
This
on.
was the movie Castrator.
So, you could collect any three vinyl records of all time. Which would you like to have?
This is such a tough question because I want so many vinyl. I have like a list of vinyl that I need to get. I kind of put a halt on buying vinyl because I was moving a lot. And so I haven't gotten any vinyl recently. Um, but three that are at like the top of my list that I want to get. The first one being Sentinel Beast Depths of Death. And I actually had it in my hands when Vicious Blade played in Brooklyn. We went to this record store by the venue that we played at, and I had it in my hands, and it was like pretty expensive. And I'm like, man,
Hmm.
I can't get this right now. I will get it off of Discogs later. And I have yet to do so. So, Sentinel Beast Depth of Death. And the second one is Pokolagep,
Mhm.
uh, Pokole Zinyatek.
Oh,
Great.
nice pronunciation.
Thank you. Love that album. Still need to own it. And the third one is Running Wild, Branded and Exiled. Love that album. I have um God, Gates of Purgatory. Is that it? My brain is like drawing a blank right now. The first Running Wild album. I already have that on vinyl. And um, but Brandon and Exiled has been on current rotation for me, and I've been listening to it a lot lately. And it's been like a huge source of inspiration writing new Vicious Blade lyrics and also at the gym. So yes.
Nice.
Mhm.
These bands are like how do you think like those three albums kind of color your taste in what you create?
They're all like speed, thrash, death oriented. So that's kind of like my taste. Yeah, I would say that's like the theme of all of them.
Um, if you could play, okay, I'm actually going to switch this up because I learned recently how hard this question is. If you could create a lineup for a festival, you can make it 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. What bands would you have on the festival, and where would the festival be? The
Oh,
question used to be who would be three bands you'd go on your next tour with, but I
yeah.
realized how hard that is. So now you can do a festival.
Oh my God. That is so hard. Oh my God, there's so many bands I would love to play with and also tour with, but I don't know. I already know who I would love to tour with, and that would be Municipal Waste, Cannibal Corpse, and Sodom. I would be happy. Like,
Okay.
I'd be so stoked. But for a festival, oh my God, there's
Well, you
just
were actually really prepared for the harder answer, so
yeah. Um, but yeah, those would be the bands that I would tour with. But as far as the festival goes, oh my God, There's so many bands I would love to play with.
I kind of,
Definitely,
I was,
definitely saw them for sure. I just saw them the other night and and they're one of my favorite bands, so I would absolutely love to play with them. But yeah, oh my God. I would love to play a festival that had Storm Witch on the bill.
ooh,
Uh,
nice.
oh my God, I love
Storm-
Storm.
It's like the house cleaning music for me. It's like so energetic that,
Yes,
yeah, okay, I can vacuum 3 rooms now.
yes, exactly. And if Running Wild got back together, like that'd be sick. Yeah, Holy Moses just broke up. That would be cool. That would be a band I would love to play with because Sabina Clausen is also huge inspiration of mine. They didn't, I don't think they broke up. I think they're just not playing shows anymore
Mhm.
on a hiatus. I think so. Um, man, I would need like a whole day to plan this out.
I
There's,
sprung it on you. It's
yeah.
okay. You did a good job. That was a good answer.
Yeah.
And actually, I gotta say that you are doing a really great job with all your answers. They're not too long or too short. So,
Oh, well, thank you.
yeah. Um, okay, looking back on all the things that you've been doing, what is a big decision you made that turned out to be a great choice?
Um, I would say like committing to touring. Touring can be very stressful. It's not for everyone. You have to live out of a van and surrounded by other people constantly. But it has been so worth it and it's so worth the experience. And yeah, I would say, yeah, just like committing to touring and just doing it and just enjoying it too. Like it's been real. I've had some really cool experiences from touring, and yeah, it's definitely been worth it for sure. Hmm.
Nice. Do you have any like tips on like for touring, like what has worked really well for you,
Um,
made it more fun?
I would say for me, like whenever you are the singer, you can't really talk a whole lot because you kind of have to reserve your voice. That's always tricky and challenging. So I prioritize trying to get rest when I can. I try to help out and, do my part, but I also try to prioritize like just resting. I'm not a big partier. I don't drink a lot. I will drink, but not a ton. I don't go overboard. So I would just say, yeah, prioritizing resting, time management. Um, yeah, making sure that you eat and drink Celsius. I rely on Celsius a lot. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know, as far as tips go, I would just say make sure that you get rest when you can, because if you don't, you will be miserable. Oh
Gosh, my like laptop is possessed all of a sudden.
my God, I know I saw it like
Ah, it's going the other way now. Okay. I just gotta like just put some lip gloss here. It'll hold it in place.
Yeah, there you go.
Lip gloss to the rescue.
Yeah.
So um what is a performance memory that you will never forget?
Um, for Vicious Blade, it was definitely playing the Hallowoof Bat Fest in Asheville at the Orange Peel.
Hmm.
Um, This artist, Dennis McNett, and his Wolfbat crew put it together every year.
Oh, Wolfbat. Yeah, I'm familiar with that artist.
Yeah, he makes these insanely badass giant puppets. Yeah, his artwork is just amazing, and it's all in the venue, all throughout the venue during the fest. And yeah, we got to play with Ghoul and Municipal Waste, and it was a free show, so it was fucking packed. And even when we went on for as the first bands, it was just like a packed house, and it was so insane and so surreal, and um having like, these big puppets come out like during the set.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really cool. Definitely one of my favorite things we've ever done. It was a lot of fun.
For the people who don't know what Wolfbat's art looks like, um, he creates hand screen printed sheets, his own designs, and then he covers these humongous puppets that like have a lot of motion, and he'll have many people, volunteers, parade these puppets through a space, sometimes like down a street. Um, and it's sort of this macabre carnival.
Yes. Yeah, it's a sight to behold for sure. It's so insane. It's so sick. Uh
Yeah.
it was amazing.
That is
Really.
amazing. I love to hear about when art and music come together like that. I don't know if you know who Gita Gash is. She's been on this show too, but she's played at the Whitney Biennial with The Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black, and she's also about to play at MoMA PS1. So
Okay.
I like this kind of story. What's the next one? Yeah.
The other one for Castrator, the last tour we did with cattle decapitation, we played at the Orpheum in Tampa, and like or Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse, and the drummer Steve from Deicide were like in the crowd. I think I forget who else was there, somebody else, but it was just like it was insane. The show was amazing. We played outside and it was packed. But after the show, I was like helping Robin with something, and Carolina comes over to me. She's like, Clarissa, George is like asking for you. I was like, what? George is asking for me. And I like go over, and George Corpse Grinder's like, hey, good set, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so surreal. Like, he's one of my biggest like vocal influences, you know. He's one of the reasons why I sing the way I do. And I used to sing along to like Cannibal Corpse songs to, develop my voice.
Hmm.
And um it's just like one of those moments where you're like, what the fuck? Like, how is this real life? This is so crazy, you know? But it was amazing. It was a great time.
Oh, that does sound amazing. Um, and like what season was it in Florida? Was it nice to you when you went?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I love when that happens.
Yeah, It was, I think, late November or
Okay.
early December we played. Yeah.
So do you have any favorite gear or stage wear?
Yes, I have both. Um, I use, I just got this mic. It's a Sennheiser E945. I really like it. Um, it's definitely sturdy, and it makes a huge difference having a nice mic. I used to just like always carry around this like beat up old microphone that I had, and I'm like, who cares? It's a microphone. What difference does it make? It makes a difference having nice stuff and investing in nice gear. So I've been using that microphone. And recently I'm like, I want wireless. I'm sick of like tripping over wires, especially when you play like bigger venues and you want to move around and feel free. It's like hard to let go whenever you are like, you're trying to be in the moment, and then you look down and there's like a cord wrapped around your leg and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna trip and fall. Um, so I just bought this wireless system called X5U3 wireless system. It's a transmitter and a receiver. You put the transmitter at the end of your microphone, and then the receiver in your monitor, and then bam, wireless. It's
Nice.
it's so easy and so cheap. Like most wireless microphones, like the whole thing, their microphone and like the big box that it comes with, like they're so expensive. The X5 wireless system is like way cheaper. So
Hmm.
I highly recommend using it and giving it a shot. Um, And as far as stage wear, I always wear my bullet armbands when I play with Vicious Blade. Our ex bass player Dan Ford made that for me. So I've been wearing it since the first gig. So I wear it like every show ever since. It's my favorite thing to wear. Mhm.
About the wireless, have you ever had any problems with like Bluetooth in the venue, or do you feel like the hardware that you're using just like is not like messed up by that?
I don't, I haven't had any of any negative experiences so far because I just got it. But the venue that I used it at, yeah, I mean, no problem. I don't, yeah, no, I didn't have any problem. You just like charge it up and it's like good to go. It's so easy to travel with too. It's so small.
Hmm.
So again, you don't have to worry about carrying this like big box looking thing with you. Like, yeah, like other wireless like systems like the mic and the box that it comes with. No, none of that.
Yeah, like I mean, girl privilege. I don't want to carry anything big and heavy.
I don't
So
have any
just
carry big and heavy at all, but I just don't want it to break.
uh
And it's just like easy to throw in your bag. I like just like I'm like, boop, there you go. Don't have to worry about it, you
no,
know.
wait, I love the picture you're painting right now, like just getting it out of a designer purse. Okay, I'm set up now.
Just like take it out of my microphone bag. I'm like, here you go. We're good.
Nice.
Easy peasy.
Sounds like a great piece of hardware.
Yeah.
So do you have any new announcements for us?
Yes. So Vicious Blade is putting out a new album in the fall, hopefully, regardless by the end of the year. And expect artwork, title, new video to be coming soon. So keep your eyes out for that. And Castrator is also working on new music at the moment. I listened to a few of the new tracks, like scratch tracks, that are, in progress, and it sounds really, really good. So, new music from Castrator eventually. I don't know when, but eventually.
Mhm.
So yeah, just keep an eye out for both of those things. If you follow both bands on Instagram, you can keep track of all the news and updates.
Perfect. Follow on Instagram.
Yes.
Um, so what about some of these other platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Bandcamp, Spotify? Are you on all of these too?
Yep. Spotify, Bandcamp, Facebook. I just started a TikTok for Vicious Blade as well. There's not much on it because I just started it. So that's why I recommend following on Instagram because that's the most used platform for us for
Yes,
social.
totally
Mhm.
the one I prefer too. There's just like all the platforms changing all the time. I can not
A
handle it
lot.
all.
That's a lot.
Um, and then you're located in Pittsburgh, right?
Yes.
Are you going to be playing any Pittsburgh shows?
So not not right now. We have some out of town dates Vicious Blade does with Anvil. We're playing like a weekend with Anvil. Um, but as far as Pittsburgh shows, we're kind of pumping the brakes because we're going to be working on a new video during the summer.
Oh, okay. Because I'm gonna go visit Deb and the girls in Sweat. So when I get out there, I'm gonna hit
Those are
you
my
up.
buddies. Yeah, let's go hang
Well,
out.
Deb got a pool.
That's what I was gonna say, pool party.
Yeah. That'll be
Yeah.
so fun. Especially because I just got a Viper Witch bikini.
Love
So
that.
yes. Okay, so we're gonna close with the vinyl game. If you have watched any episodes before, you already know how to play. I'm gonna hold up two pieces of vinyl and you pick one to talk about.
All
Or
right.
yeah, or if you don't know something, I'm always happy to talk about it too.
Yeah.
Susan Quattro or Janis Joplin.
Hmm. Susie. Susie Quattro.
Oops.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Tough
Susie's got
girl.
the style. She's got the the leather jumpsuit. Is it leather vinyl?
Oh yeah, it's leather. She when she was like sort of, I guess, discovering herself or her look, she told the photographer she wanted to wear leather in her photos, her promo photos, and he said, "Well, that's too much like Elvis." And she said, "Well, what if it's a jumpsuit?" And he said, "All right." And then she saw it and she realized it was a sexy look and that she could jump around on stage without her clothes moving. And then she was on the cover of Rolling Stones in 75. Took a while for another girl to get on the cover. But that was also the year that the Runaways were founded. So Joan Jett would have seen Susie Quattro, which probably would have been the cutest couple ever, but you know.
Oh, man.
And Janice was on the cover too, but two cover girls.
Yeah,
Okay. Girl School or Betty Davis?
girl school.
Hi, what do you love about Girl School?
What's not to love is the question. How could you not love girl school? They're amazing. I'm sad I missed them. They played in Pittsburgh not too long ago and also Hell's Heroes, and I missed out on that as well. But yeah, I love girl school. Been listening to them for a while.
Nice.
Mhm.
Easy choice. Okay. I think this one's harder. Coven or Tina Turner?
Coven. Jinx, come on, mother.
Yeah.
Love Jinx so much.
Yes. Honestly, she's been fighting the good fight for a long time. Um, Many people know that that album was pulled from circulation right after the Manson murders because of the Satanic Panic, which had nothing to do with her. But you know, Ozzy, as he renamed himself, did get to go to court, which was highly publicized and on TV, and defend his satanic music, which he all ripped off of Jinx anyway.
Right.
So,
Exactly. I just saw them recently in Philly. They were amazing. I was playing a show with Castrator on the cattle decap tour that we did, and I knew that Lucifer and Coven were playing the same night, and I told my buddy, he like met me at our show, and I was like, get in the Uber, we're going to we're gonna see Lucifer and Coven, and we went and we caught them like just in time. Like Coven came on stage like as soon as we entered the venue, and it was so cool. That
yeah,
was
I was at the same show actually.
nice. I missed
Yeah.
you.
I was hiding. But
Yeah.
oh, okay. Anyway, then Jinx signed my jacket that has her face painted on the back. She loved that.
Aw, that's amazing.
And then I was invited backstage and I really only wanted to go to meet Johanna and Jinx. But Jinx wasn't there, just Johanna, but she was really nice.
Oh yeah.
And so Burning Witches or Mean Mistreater?
Mm, man, I'm not familiar with Mean Mistreater, but that album artwork looks sick. That
You're
is cool.
gonna love it.
I've
First of all,
been
Janice the singer is so easy to love. So
Aw.
sweet. And I got to see them play in Chicago, and the whole band was very, very nice.
Oh,
But you're definitely gonna like the vocals in this. They're gritty, and the music is I think it's like thrashy with a southern rock kind of touch.
oh, very cool.
Texas, so
Nice.
makes
Well,
sense.
then let's go with them.
Oh, but Deb is going to play with Burning Witches soon.
No, I do like Burning Witches. They're all extremely talented, and Deb Lady Beast is opening for them, so I will be at that show. Yes.
I was thinking about going to it too, and now I know that you're going, and now I really want to go.
Come
Okay.
on down.
Hoaxed or Santa?
Hoaxed.
Oh, nice. So, best drum production of 2020. What did this one come out in 2024? 2022. All right. Well, whatever. They can have that year. Best drum production of 2022. So excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent recording of drums. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, well, that's it.
Oh, thank
Thank
you
you
so
for
much.
Yes, thank you for being a part of this. And I'm sure you're going to inspire a lot of girls to pursue music just as you have been inspired by other female role models.
Absolutely. Well, I hope so. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for having me. It's definitely been a pleasure. And yeah, like I hope people are inspired to just be themselves and do whatever they want. Fuck everyone else. Do you.
Yeah. All right. I'll hit you up for a pool party in Pittsburgh later.
Yes,
Bye.
yes, pool party. It's on.